Welcome to Zodiac Witchcraft. I'm going to be teaching Zodiac Witchcraft, that tradition. There are an infinite number of traditions, and there's an infinite number of different ways of variations of magic and witchcraft. And I'm going to be teaching the Zodiac tradition. I'm going to be laying down the groundwork first, which is telling you how the Zodiac tradition believes, how magic works, how the circle casting works, what colors mean, what the zodiacs, where everybody stands, and the power concepts, and karmic banking, and all kinds of different shielding, all kinds of different variations of these. I'm going to be teaching the Zodiac tradition of. Hey, let me be quick and straight. There are thousands and upon thousands of traditions of different witchcraft and magic thoughts and theories and concepts, and practiced many, many different ways. My way is on one way, of them many different ways. So, just to make that clear. So, if I say we do a certain way, a certain thing, that's because Zodiac tradition is doing that. Not everybody that does witchcraft, or everybody that does magic, deals with the methods and concepts that I use. What's up? Man, Zodiac Witchcraft is my tradition, and there are like thousands and hundreds of thousands of different traditions. There are many different types of witchcraft and magic and so and so, okay? So, I'm going to lay down the groundwork of the way I believe certain things and the way I do certain things. And it's the way I do it, not the way every witch in the world does it. Because every witch in the world does something different, depending on the tradition that they use. So, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this film into different pieces and putting it all together, and so that it makes a little bit more sense. Alright? The first thing is that I want everybody to know is that magic is not evil, magic is not good. Magic has a potential to do good or evil based on someone's intent. Now, the way I see it is, magic is neutral. It's, can be charged positive or can be charged negative. And depending on what you want to do with it, depends if you want something to come to you or go away from you, or be attracted to one thing or the other, or be sent away from one thing or the other, depending on the charge you put on the magic. A lot of people charge magic by chanting in a circle, and I'm going to explain all these little parts to start what a circle is and what chanting is and this and that throughout every one of my videos. So if you have a question, just hold it back. I'm sure I'm going to cover it sometime, or you can leave the comments below. Okay, I'm going to cover many topics while doing my video blog for Zodiac Witchcraft. But there's one topic in particular that probably will have the most interest among many who are into the craft or does magic. Because if you cast a quote-unquote evil spell or something that's bad towards somebody else, you get burned most times. And I'm not sure if anybody's figured it out yet. I'm pretty sure they have. But there's ways around getting burned. People that have taught me witchcraft. They said pretty much this is what they do. They they go and do 3 acts of random kindness towards somebody. Just give somebody something, hey, see somebody, just people they don't even know. Just three or 4 random acts of kindness. And say, and more or less claim that as part of their karma or thinking they're adding to. This works half the time. Because they're possibly charging themselves for the magic and whatnot. It's going to get really complicated on how not to get burned, but I have perfected a way that you can do the magic of it was an evil intent or black magic, whatever you want to call it. I personally call it same way, evil magic. So anyway, I know how, and I've perfected the way of not getting burnt. And I'm going to go into a detailed blog explaining positive, negative, magic influences and whatnot, and how to do it, step by step. And that you'll be able to accomplish your evil intent every time without it coming and backfiring back on you. Also, there are other topics like crystal magic. Taking magic and storing it into a crystal and using it for later. There's also runes and tarot. I'm not too well into the tarot, but I'll go over the basics of what I know. There are mainly my magic that I focus on is casting magic. Magic is the main focus of what I do and specialize in. And Zodiac magic is what I specialize in. Alright. There's 3 sets of every element: air, fire, water, and earth. There is muted, fixed, and cardinals, which all of them, it makes up 12 of the Zodiac. In the previous coven, I had 4 people at the time. I could only imagine multiplying that by 3, which I have a 12 base group. Being solo in magic is weak. Being double is better. Triple, even more better. 4, wow. Yes, 4 people is wow in magic. If you could have the air, the fire, the water, the earth, 4 people representing each one, especially if they're all cardinal or all fixed or all muted. Oh my, wow. The intensity of the magic in that circle is beyond mind-boggling. I'm already getting goosebumps, and if you were able to see my goosebumps, I'm just getting goosebumps all over because I remember. So, it's really hard to find Zodiac-based people because now it's hard enough to find witch. And especially living in the damn Bible Belt. So it's hard enough to find a witch that, if any, will come and do magic with you, let alone trying to find a witch that's not like you. Either if you're water, then you need the fire, air, and earth. If you're air, you need fire, earth, and water. Then you need the other 3 to make the 4. And it's already hell trying to find one witch, unless you're in an area that has plenty. So, at one time I was able to occur and find the other 3. And at the time I didn't know how to do magic and not get burned doing it, so the whole group got burned. So, and then boom, everybody got separated. And maybe I'll go and explain that at a later time. At this time, I'm not prepared to explain that yet. But now I have perfected not getting burned doing magic. So, I'll explain that stuff later, and I'm pretty sure you'll continue to watch. But there's going to be a particular group that's already advanced. You've been probably doing, magic or witchcraft for maybe 20, 30 years, maybe even 10 years or 5 years, and you already know all the basics. There are still basic concepts that I use that are different from many others, and I'll still go over those because those are very important to not getting burned and to laying down groundwork for future things as far as having to do with how magic is accomplished in the utmost advanced way and for you to get the most power out of every time you do magic. A lot of people just depend that magic is just going to happen. They go spellcast. Oh, we're going to chat, raise power, cast a circle, boom, bang, boom, it's done. But how do you get the spell to work every time? I use the set it, forget it method, really. You set it, you forget it. Boom. If any time you remember it afterwards, you might as well consider that magic, boom, gone. Also, there's one thing I'm going to teach also, it's called group magic. It's more or less where you go into a room and get everybody around you that, even Christians, you can get them to participate in magic, and they don't even know it. They don't. And I'll teach you that too also, because that is so fun. Magic is fun. You control your whole environment. Everybody around you, you control them. And to an extent, because they have their own defenses, which is having to do with shielding. If they cross their arms or cross their legs or whatnot, the psychic in their body automatically, boom, throws up a shield and is preventing magic from penetrating that shield. Although one or more of you can do penetrating a shield like that, but only you by yourself cannot, because it's 1 versus 1. With more than one, you have more power. Just with the majority, like you have 4 people, 4 people's 4 times the magic than 1 person. So yes, your shield can be broken if you have more than 1 witch against you. But you can be empowered by your coven to increase your shield by having a coven anyways. Doing magic with your coven, your shields combine and become powerful as your coven becomes more powerful. But yeah, doing magic and having people perform magic for you without them knowing about it is something you gotta see for yourself. That's basically all I can think of right now, and I think I'm going to try to start doing this as at least once a week, or as often as I can, because there's so much information that I've got to give you, and I have very little time in between days, so if anything, like I said before, there's a comment book, there's an area below this screen that you're watching, unless you're watching this at full screen, but there is a area, just comments below, ask questions, whatnot. Please subscribe. Leave your comments below.